What is going on, guys? Rannerz here. Today we're talking about my top 5 formations for FIFA 22 Ultimate Team. If we can get 80 likes on this video, you know what? I might just release some new custom tactics. We'll see what you guys got. But anyways, guys, let's get into today's video. Are you fed up of coming against God Squad game in and game out?
What?
If so, make sure to head over to u7buy.com using the link in the description below. And don't forget to use code RAN at checkout for an extra little discount. So today we're going to be talking about my 5 formations that I think are the most effective this year. We'll be talking about the players that you should have in each positions, what makes them so effective, yada yada, easy peasy. But before we get into it, let me guys know what formations are you guys running. As you know, personally run the 4-2-3-4, which we'll start the list off with. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the 4-2-3-4. You guys love the custom tactics video, the link will be in the description. Don't worry about it, or just head over to my channel. But this one's a banger. This year, it's just beautiful. Because your team is more naturally defensive, you can play a formation that's just attacking, because they actually do drop back so much. In previous years, the 4-2-3-1 was superior because it was more solid defensively. However, this year you can get away with this. 2 CMs is not an issue because they drop deep enough. They act like CDMs anyways. And then having the wingers, especially on stay forward, as you know I like to run, you can quickly operate those nice counterattacks. Other things to note is a cam is always helpful, especially this year for finesse shots. Obviously, every formation has a striker, no point talking about that. You want your wingers to be opposite footed. You want a right footer on the left wing, a left footer on the right wing to cut in for those finesse shots. For the center mids, I like to have one kind of box to box from Kevin De Bruyne, and the other one is more of a defensive player like a Valverde. Right backs, they're defending, so any good right back. Center backs, you just want standard pace, defense, physical, pretty standard. And left back, once again, stay back, so don't need crazy dribbling. Somebody like a Theo Hernandez is a goalkeeper. Write that down, write that down! On to the next formation. Now here we got the 4-4-2, second variation as well, but I'm gonna group them both into this one because they're essentially the same. It's just literally the center mids become CDMs and sit slightly deep. Here, there's a few ways you can run this formation, but it is extremely balanced. How I like to do it personally, when I'm attacking, I like to play out wide, use left and right mids, maybe switch the ball, and then go from the left to right mids straight to the strikers. I don't really use the center mids in attacking too much, unless I'm trying to once again go for those long shots. Strikers up top, you do want pace and dribbling. They'll be in the box a lot. They'll either be going for true balls that you'll need pace to send them in behind, or you want that high dribbling because they will be in the box and you get away from that center back to try and score. Skill moves as well help. Out wide, basically just pace, pretty standard. Shooting helps, but it's not that often they got in shooting position, so it's not the biggest issue if they don't. Like super subs like a Dama at right mid is great for this because you won't need to shoot with him, but you'll have that pace and physical and dribbling, which is lovely. Same for the left mid. Center mids, personally, I like to have one box to box again, like a De Bruyne, like a Bruno, and then CDM beside him like a Kessie, a Valverde, whatnot. Him stay back, him on balance. I haven't done proper 4-4-2 custom tactics video this year, so if you want that, let me know in the comments. Left back and right back, you know they're staying back already, so very similar. Just want basically all defensive players along the back line. Next up, we got... There's no 5 backs in this video, just in case you were thinking it, but we're not doing that. Next up, we got the 4-2-2. Our most recent tactics video. You know we love this formation. It's a classic. We've been running it for years. Once again, very similar to the 4-4-2 in its kind of shape. The difference here is these cams are way more narrow. The left and right mid of a 4-4-2 do stay wide and do track back a lot, whereas the cams stay a bit further forward and are more narrower, line up way better. But you guessed it, FIFA 22 finesse shots should be the full title of this game because that's all it is. Once again, your right cam needs to be left footed for those finesses. Your left cam needs to be right footed for those finesses. Strikers, once again, 2 of them, they're going to be chilling in the box, or you're going to be sending them on true balls counterattack, so they need pace, dribbling, shooting. Standard stuff. CDMs, you can run this with 2 defensive CDMs. and just actually be really solid defensively. But as you guys know, like I said, in the other formations, one box to box, I'll stay back. Pretty easy. The defense is the exact same as all of these other formations, and it pretty much is for every formation I have that has wide players. Whilst these are cams, they're still wide players technically. You want them all to just be really defensive. Let's head over to the 4-2-3-1. Now this very similar to 4-2-3-4. You're seeing a lot of overlap here. You can really see what the meta formations are. 4-2-3-1 probably, if you're elite division, does trump the 4-2-3-4, I would say. It's just really, really solid defensively. Depending how you play it, you can play it some different ways. You can have comeback on defense on these wide cams. Maybe have stay forward on the cam and the striker and play kind of direct counter attack through the middle and then wait for the cams to catch up. You can have stay forward on all the cams. You can have comeback defense on the center cam, so he actually becomes defensive, but then keep the wide cams up. A lot of kind of variations you can do based on your tactics and instructions. But for me, I like to just have them on balance so they help out a bit defensively. I have my central, I want to stay forward, or I can stay forward again and behind sort of stuff. One box to box CDM, one stay back CDM, and just the back four as usual. It is really, really strong defensively with those being CDMs. And the thing with this compared to the 4-2-2 is because you have the center, that really affects your opponent. Because if your opponent is attacking, they're building up, they're holding the ball with like their CDMs, the cam is there to kind of irritate them. In the 4-2-2, defensively, there's that gap. There's kind of that big gap there, so they can hold the ball quite easily unless your strikers come all the way back to tackle their center mids and CDMs. But if that happens, you can't really counter attack. That's something to keep in mind. And then last but not least, got the 4-1-2-1-2 now. Now it is pretty much the same as the 4-3-1-2, so I've also coupled these in together kind of. But here, it's your standard counter-attack formation. You can kind of sit with the back four and the CDM, and the CMs kind of come back depending on who you have. And then you have the trio of the two strikers and the cam at the top. Counter-attack with that pretty easily. Or if you have good center mids, you can actually hold the ball and play a possession style. And also have your fullbacks on balance. So here you would want somebody like Akini. Obviously he's the best right back of the game, but you know, somebody that can dribble and pass quite well. The CDM should be a pure CDM, like medium high work rates, decent strength, pace, defense, but doesn't need like dribbling or passing or shooting or whatever. The center mids need to be box-to-box players, so they should have like 75 plus in every stat. The left center mid, of course. And then cam, personally, when playing this formation, I like my cam to be pacey. In my 4-2-3-4, or if I'm playing 4-2-3-1 or whatever, I can play Mao as a cam with his 81 pace. Kind of fine because it's more of a slower. But here, if I'm counter-attacking with my two strikers and cam, I want my cam to be fast as well. I want like an Usman Dembele sort of player at cam. I want that pace as well as the dribbling. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I didn't include any 5 backs or 3 backs because personally, I don't like them this year. I think it's very easy to just get counter-attacked down the line. We'll see if that changes throughout the year. We got a patch coming soon. Might already be out when this video comes out. We'll see about that one. But for now, those are my top 5 formations. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like. See you guys next time.
For you, come along and see it's true.